So in our society, the various groups live together. Live together. So we need some rules that can bind members of a different groups together and help in maintaining law and order, which is an important function. The role of the police, public prosecutor, or we can say as a defense lawyer and judge. All their roles are the important for the proper functioning of our society, because the law making, sorry, judiciary, judiciary, in judiciary, all these three are collectively play as an important role to punish the guilty, not the accused, guilty. Guilty the person on which the all the crimes these are proved. The proved means the person has committed all such crimes. Clear? So let's start from the police. Let's start from the first, police. As you familiar, police is basically work in a society for the maintenance of law and order. Let's start from the functions of a police. Police and their functions. First, maintain law and order. Maintain law and order. Law and order. Police maintains the law and order. Police maintains law and order. Second one, police, it files the FIR, first information report. First information report, the report which is given by the witness or a victim after the crime, and the information related with the crime which is given by the individual is FIR. FIR. On behalf of the FIR, police, it starts investigation. Investigation through which it will check that particular crime which has happened, what is the truth behind it. Investigation. On behalf of the investigation, police arrest a accused. Fourth function is it arrests accused. It maintain a law and order in society. Second one is it filed the FIR. On behalf of the FIR, investigation begins by the police, and afterwards, after investigations, those who may be as a culprit, on the basis of the information, police will arrest the accused. I'm here using a word accused, not as a guilty, because accused, the person is accused till that time whenever the judge or a court has not proved that that particular crime committed by that individual. When it will be the proved, then the person it will become as a guilty. Clear? So police arrest the accused. Accused, it may be as a one person or more than the one person. On the basis of the FIR, police arrest the number of the persons. A large number of the persons, it can be the arrest by the police on behalf of the FIR. Clear? But all those individuals which are arrested by the police, which are becoming as the accused, police, it should be have the proper proofs behind of the such individuals. Behind the arrest of such individuals, police, it should be having as a proper proofs. Next one, it file charge sheet. Charge sheet. Police, it file charge sheet. Now charge sheet is what? This is a document which prove that what are the legislations which or the law which break by that particular accused. On the behalf of the charge sheet, police, it will file the case. It will file a case in a court. Registered a case. It registered a case. Registered a case. It means that as without any information, the police, it can't be arrest any of a person or make as a charge sheet. It should be having as a proper proofs against of that particular accused. On behalf of such individuals, police, it will file a case. It can file a case in a court. Then other proceedings are of these two, public prosecutor, defense lawyer, and the judges. They will move ahead the rest of the procedure, and through which they will find out who is guilty and punish them through the verdict given by judges. Verdict given by judges. So these are the basic functions of a police in our society. Police is basically, when we are talking about the various authorities, various dignitaries which are work under the police, the highest rank officer in a police is known as a commissioner of police, or a director general of police. Director general of police. Director general of police. Same as each state which is divided among the districts, each and every district having their own SP or SSP. SSP stands for the Senior Superintendent of Police. Senior Superintendent of Police. And SP stands for Superintendent of Police. Any one of them, it will be as a present as per the requirements of a city, SSP or a SP. Then the other officials, they are like a number of officers work as his or subordinates. These officers in the descending order to their part and designation include the Assistant Superintendent of Police, Circle Inspectors, and a Sub-Inspector. Circle Inspector and Sub-Inspector, these are present and work under the Superintendent of Police. They work under the Superintendent of Police. Clear? Pay attention, everybody. Pay attention, everybody. There is information for you. Tomorrow is a Constitution Day. You all have to listen and join that particular speech which will be given by our Honorable Prime Minister. Prime Minister. It will be given as the speech on a preamble of Constitution. Those who will join the speech, they have to intimate me through a WhatsApp message. Personally message me. And next week there may be some of the questions related with that particular speech which will be given by the Honorable Prime Minister of India tomorrow at sharp 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Clear? 11 a.m. on the day of Constitution Day. On that day, submit your notebooks on today. Okay, continue. So police, other officials are there, but sometimes a question arises there. Is there a police having as a complete independence to arrest any of a person? Any of a person to do any of a work or beat anybody? No. There are some of the guidelines are given for the functioning of a police in our society, which are generally known as a D.K. Basu's guidelines. D.K. Basu's guidelines at the time of the arrest. Guidelines. These are the responsibilities of police. D.K. Basu. D.K. Basu's guidelines. First one, the police should not torture or beat or shoot or kill any of a person. It shouldn't beat, shoot or shoot any of a person. Any of a person. Whether a person committed any of a crime, police it's not having the freedom to kill any of individual, beat any of individual. Clear? This is the first guideline, first principle as marked under the D.K. Basu. Second one, the police should not inflict any form of punishment because the role of a punishment is of the judges. Police, it can't inflict or not given as the punishment to the any of a person which is arrested by the police, because the role of the punishment of the judges. Third one, the police officials while carrying out an arrest or investigation should wear the clear proofs of the identification of that person which is arrested by the police. because there are so many similarities among the people as per their appearance with their names. So police, it should be having as a clear proofs or the information regarding that person which is arrested by the police, which is arrested by the police. Clear? So all these three are the guidelines marked by the D.K. Basu. D.K. Basu. These are the responsibilities of a police. Clear? Afterwards, in a Constitution of India, in Constitution of India, there are some certain rights are of the individuals which they can be used at the time of the arrest. Article 22 of the Indian Constitution of 1949, it's giving as the some of the freedoms, some of the rights to the person which is arrested by the police at the time of the arrest. At the time of the arrest. Which are these? First one, right to be informed. When a person is arrested by the police, it's having the right that the police should be as informed to a person on which of a case the person is arrested. Means in which of the crime the person arrested by the police. This is the first right which can be used by the arrested person. Second one, at the time of the arrest, police should keep as the warrant, arrest warrant. This is a document or the permission which was given by the commissioner or magistrate, commissioner of police or magistrate, which has given as the arrest warrant, issued arrest warrant to arrest an individual on a certain crime. On certain crime. It means that the police independently can't arrest any of a person. It can't arrest any of a person without any approval or a permission. Third one, right not to be ill-treated and tortured during the arrest of any individual and in police custody. Police, it can't be beat any of a individual which has arrested and call in a police station without information of a court. Court has given the remand. Court giving the remand. After the remand, police, it can beat or the ask for the questioning. Fourth one, the confessions made in a police station cannot be used as evidences. It can't be used as the evidences, and such evidences, it can't be permissible in a courtroom. It means that if any of a person, any of a accused, it accept a crime in a police station, that particular crime, it will not consider as the proof. The person, it should be commit the crime in a courtroom. After before of it, that particular proofs, they are not permissible in a court. Boys, children under the age group of the 15 years of age, and a woman cannot be called for questioning in a police station. This one is a fifth right of a person at the time of the arrest. Women's and the children under the age group of 15 years, they will not call in police station for a questioning. They will directly call in courtroom. Clear? Sixth one, at the time of the women constable, it should be present with police. At the time of the arrest of a women, at that time a women constable, it should be present with police group. Seventh one, when any of a women, it arrested by the police, it should present in front of the magistrate within 24 hours. But if a situation is there, a woman arrested on a Friday, there is a holiday on a Saturday, Sunday courts are basically not work, Saturday, Sunday, 2 holidays are there, and a court it will be reopened on a Monday. Under such circumstances, women it should be relieved and again arrest on a Monday and present in a courtroom within 24 hours. This is marked under the Article 22 of the Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution. Any of a women which is arrested by the police, it should present in court, present in front of the magistrate within 24 hours and approve the remand. If the court given as a remand, then the women it can be keep behind the bars. But at that time, a women constable it should be present in a police station. So these are the freedoms, these are the rights which are marked under the Article 22 of Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution. Article 39A of the Indian Constitution places a duty upon the state to provide a person with a lawyer or she is unable to hire a lawyer due to the poverty or other disabilities. So these are the part of this public prosecutor and defense lawyer. Before of it, let's continue the FIR, the rule of the FIR. FIR, first information report. FIR, first information report, is the written report of a crime registered with the police soon after the crime is discovered. Generally, it is a complaint lodged with the police by the victim of some crimes. The FIR usually mentions the date, time, other details, crime site, who were engaged, people which were engaged in a crime, what was the situation. All such information has marked in a FIR. Even with the FIR, the detail of that particular witness which has giving the information in a police station, their information, their postal address and information, identity proofs, they are also keep with the FIR. Why? Because at the time of a court hearings, the person it can be called in a courtroom for their witness. Clear? Call for their witness. Next one. Sometimes the FIR is not lodged by an officer which has declared that that particular thing is illegal. But the Supreme Court make all such activities as illegal in which the police refuse to file the FIR. It's a responsibility and a duty of a police. They have to file FIR, first information report, because on behalf of the FIR, police starts their investigation, arrest a person and file the charge sheet and finally file a case in a courtroom. File a case in a courtroom. But sometimes when the police not file FIR, if a witness having the facing some of the problems, they can directly intimate to the magistrate or a commissioner through writing a letter. Through a written letter, they can intimate. Witness can intimate to the commissioner, or either magistrate. It can inform to the magistrate for the that particular information related with the crime. Second source is there. A person can approach towards the Human Rights Commission, National Human Rights Commission, or a Human Rights Commission, which is worldwide present in all the countries. If any of a neighboring country or the other country individual has moving towards India and inhabiting here, they are having some human rights which are different from the fundamental rights. Fundamental rights, these are applicable upon Indians. Fundamental rights are applicable upon Indians only, but human rights applicable on all those individuals belonging from the other countries also. other countries also. So the person, it can directly intimate to the Human Rights Commission. Human Rights Commission. Next one, she can also approach the high courts, high court, or go directly to a magistrate and get a FIR registered under section 156, 156.3, 156.3, 156.3. A person having the right to directly approach towards the magistrate to file FIR. To file FIR if the police has not registering and not taking as action on a FIR, then the person can directly approach towards the magistrate. So these are the conditions are marked for the FIR when police refuse to file FIR, first information report. Now the next one is the role of a public prosecutor. Public prosecutor. Public prosecutor. Public prosecutor is the, in criminal cases, the government is always the party that present a case against of the accused. The government is represented in the court by a public prosecutor. Such public prosecutors are the lawyers which are basically salaried by the government. Salaried by the government. After clearing as examinations, such lawyers, they are becoming as a public prosecutors, which present a case from side of the government. But sometimes when accused are not having the resources, economically poorer, under such circumstances, the court has given the lawyer, they are providing the lawyer. Such lawyers are also, their role also playing by the public prosecutor. When accused defend by the public prosecutor, this is known as the defense lawyer. Defense lawyer, they defend the accused. They try to minimize influence of a such law which will break by the accused. Accused. Clear? Normally, mostly the accused, they hire their own lawyers. These lawyers are known as criminal lawyers, which will try to work for the minimum punishment under those legislations which were break by that particular accused. But when the accused is a poorer, government, it provide the public prosecutor, which play also the role of a defense lawyer. Defense lawyer in a courtroom. It try to work for the minimum punishment given by the judge on those laws which were break by that particular accused. Clear? That particular accused. It is an officer of the court. It is her duty to play an impartial and neutral role and help in the prosecution of all who have been charge sheeted by the police. She is expected to place before the court all evidences in his or her possession, whether in favor of or against the accused. It is up to the court to decide in light of such evidence whether the accused had committed the offense with which she was charged. So all these are the responsibilities of a public prosecutor. Public prosecutor. Now the next one, the third key element of a criminal justice system as a judge. Judge are basically playing as a very important role in a criminal justice system. The judge hears all the witnesses and examines evidence presented by the prosecutor, public prosecutor, and the defense lawyer. And the defense lawyer, it hears all the witnesses and seeing all the proofs which were given by the public prosecutor and defense lawyer. Second one, judge has making as the conditions of a fair trial. fair trial. It makes as the possibilities for the fair trial in which public prosecutor, second one, defense lawyer, third, accused, fourth one, a person belonging from the side of the victim, or their family member, and last one, judge. So judge try to make the possibilities of the fair trial where all five are present. Any four of them, public prosecutor, defense lawyer, accused, or the victim, any four of them, if any one of them are not present in a courtroom, under such circumstances, judge it can't give their verdict. It can't give their verdict. It can't give their judgment. When all these five, including judge, they are present in a courtroom, then the judge, it can give as a punishment. It can give their judgment on that particular issue. This is a responsibility of a judge in a courtroom. After a close examination of the whole case, the court or the judge decides whether the person accused is guilty or innocent. Till the time of the prove that the particular person which is arrested by the police, accused, when the crime it will be proved, the person it will become as a guilty. Then the judge it will give as their verdict. Fourth function of a judge is that judge has given us equal opportunities of cross-examining to the both the sides. Both public prosecutor and defense lawyers, they will getting as equal opportunities of questioning to that particular witness which has presented from the side of a public prosecutor or from the side of a defense lawyer. Both will be having as equal opportunities to ask their questions regarding as the case. On behalf of the such information, judge it will give their judgment on that particular case. Clear? This was our chapter, Understanding Criminal Justice System. If you are having any of the queries, you